All right, guys, time for a little update. Our favorite. Looking at a lot of this content behind the scenes here. So Dokkan, in this calendar year has been very sloppy. I do think that when they leaked that part 2 of the 10th anniversary is going to be Super Gogeta, it was truly a mistake. And I think that their reaction, where they were, kind of threatening towards players, does kind of show that too, right? It's kind of like, I remember when the airplane mode glitch was a thing, and they used very harsh language to chastise the players and scare us to not use the airplane mode thing. Remember that? It was kind of a similar thing with Super Gogeta. I felt like that was legit. Like, they accidentally, they made an oopsie. I mean, it's not the biggest deal. But since then, they've been putting in, to me, way too much stuff, which makes me think that there's like they're putting so much in here, like, constantly, that it makes me think that it's potentially, like, they are kind of just, like, doing it on purpose. I don't know. It does feel like that. When it happens so much, like, there's so much of this type of stuff we can constantly look at, it does kind of make me go, I don't know. This ain't really a coinky dink at this point. So this is in the database. This is the next Dokkan event, and it is. Like, it's like, the way it lines up in the database, blah, 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 blah. Like, there's all types of things we've talked about. This is where the next Dokkan event is going to take place, right? This map. The next Dokkan Fest, by the way, supposedly is on the 8th. And, I mean, I looked at that, and kind of the first thing that came to mind to me was Baby. I know Baby has been a guess a million times over for us, right? Like, how many times, like, Baby is my pick for the next Dokkan event, right? Like, it's kind of like Lord Slug. Lord Slug was like that too. For a while, it was like, Lord Slug is the guess, and eventually he got one. Eventually, Baby is going to get his Dokkan Fest, right? Like, it's going to happen. We have the 4 teams right now, the Omega Shenron team, the Goku Black and Zamasu team. We also have the, Future and Fuse Fighter team, and then the GT Hero team. This area right here looks like that could be it to me. But keep in mind, this is right outside of Goku's house, is where Goku and Baby are fighting. Like, they literally just, like, walk outside Goku's house, and then this kicks off. So, this area, like, it really could be anything pertaining to Goku's house, Goku Jr. I saw Minato tweeting about this character right here, which would make sense, the Zamasu Goku, because this is, like, it's right outside of Goku's house. Goku is farming when Zamasu shows up and kills Goku, Chi-Chi, and Goten, right? So, like, that really could be it. But, okay. So, this was my initial thought, right? Because it makes sense with some of the characters we recently got. Well, here's what Proton just said. So, these are coming back right at the end of part 2. And it's Vegeta. Now, this is certainly interesting. I don't think the idea of a Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is impossible. It's kind of... like, it would be hard to pull this up, like, how I would want to. Okay, so in the episode, like, there's an episode, and in Dragon Ball GT, Vegeta has, like, no screen time, basically. Like, it's like, he is there because Baby's controlling him throughout most of the Baby saga. Then against Super 17, Vegeta's just kind of like a fodder fighter that, gets obliterated, right? Like, it's like nothing. And then there's an episode, like, it's like near the start of the Shadow Dragon arc, where it kind of, like, recaps Vegeta's, like, presence in the series, right? You know what? I'll pull up the episode in a second. But that's one of the reasons, like, all these medals, it's because that episode, like, where it's, like, the different moments, Vegeta's moments, is because that episode kind of, like, does, like, a recap of it. So, I do wonder, like, what if this is like, you know, the start of Vegeta, like doing the recap. I mean, that's not really an area Vegeta fights in, but I mean, who knows, right? Like the start of Vegeta's recap and then ends with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta's the next Dokkan Fest. Because also keep in mind, we do have this where apparently it looks like there is a summonable LR coming up, right? Like we read this right here. So LR does seem likely to be summonable. There's even one more slot missing from the card awakening table. Free-to-play units usually only require one set of medals per awakening, where a lot of times Dokkanfest LRs, which it looks like this theoretical character we're talking about, is this. Now, a Dokkanfest LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta to me does make a lot more sense than, say, a Dokkanfest LR Baby, a Dokkanfest LR Goku Jr., you know, Dokkanfest LR, like any of that type of stuff, right? Yeah, here we go, chat. Right here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. So we're looking at the Shadow Dragon saga, right? So it kind of like is going through. So Goku is fighting like Force, like Ice and Nova. And then it's like, all right, boom, here you go. We just have this Vegeta episode out of nowhere. And then it's still a couple of episodes until Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta shows up, right? So that's what this episode is, where it's kind of him in the shower, and he kind of just, again, reflects on all the different stuff. This is kind of like a recap episode, just to get people, like, caught up with Vegeta, since he hasn't really done very much anything throughout Dragon Ball GT, right? So I do wonder if maybe that's what this could be, again, and we could be walking into maybe, like, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Because if we do this, there really isn't that much here. This is a Heroes unit, just, you know, forget that. We have 2nd anniversary, 4th anniversary, 7th anniversary, 8th anniversary. That's it. At Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta having 2 standalone cards, that's all, in 10 years is pretty crazy. Or even like a transforming version, because, oh, did I close that Vegeta already? I did. No, I've got him up still. I think that this could be a Dokkanfest LR right here, right? So, like, it's like a Vegeta, he goes Golden Great Ape, and then he, you know, goes into Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. So, this could be a Dokkanfest LR version, and he's kind of just the opposite of Goku, who had the Carnival LR version, right? Like, I think this would be pretty sick. To me, of the 4 teams, man, I don't know. The Fuse Fighter Future team is probably in the #1 spot. But Omega's team is right there. Like, it's, I don't know. Like, you could easily say Omega has the best team right now. Because the Shadow Dragon help he got really helped. Like, it really helped. So, I do think giving either a Super Boss's character to buff Rose's team, or a GT Hero character to buff Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's team is the correct move, by the way. I do think so. I mean, if it's Baby, I'm not upset, because Baby needs the representation, needs a Dokkan Fest. Like, that's something that needs to happen. So, we're looking at this. To me, I could easily see this leading into Baby, and I could easily see this leading into Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, right? I think I would much prefer a transforming Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. To me, would be awesome. That would really, and this guy was, of all the EZAs, feels like he's pretty much like the weakest one, right? Like, it does not feel like they did a good job with that EGL Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, man, at all. It does not feel like they were very successful with this guy. So, I mean, for them to just then drop Dokkanfest LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, transforming Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, to me, that would feel like way less of an issue, right? Because it's like, okay, like, whatever, like, he's got his, you know, transforming Dokkanfest LR. I still think that it does feel weird to kind of be like, all right, like, part 1 is, like, basically Vegito Blue and Fusion Zamasu, even if it's more about the tags, right? Part 2 is Gogeta and Omega, and then we're going to move a little backwards to do Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Odd, but, I mean, I guess it could work. Did I have anything else pulled up we had to take a look at? Oh, yeah, so there's this. So there is a new LR and a new TUR, which, again, would Dokkanfest LR and then the Band Unit TUR, right? And then an LR EZA or 3 Super EZAs is what we could have. I mean, I do think if they... So let's go with LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. They could do LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, And then the other thing they could do with the LR EZA is they could do Super 17. Right? I was a little skeptical about Super 17 at first, potentially easing anywhere close to Omega. But I do think so now that it would work. Because this guy would be getting all of the damage reduction support from Omega. So I definitely think that this could be a solid EZA we could see right here. If it's super EZAs, there is also the possibility of this. They could do like this guy. They could do like Sword of Hope Trunks, and they could do like Tech Fusion Zamasu. Right? If they do super EZAs, they could hit characters for a bunch of different teams. That could be fun. Yeah, we have 2 Super 17s coming up. One is the Super EZA, one is the LR EZA. I would assume this guy will be better because like this guy's been so since this guy EZA'd, he's been so like we could run this guy now because of how much damage reduction he can get up to, right? Like 90% damage reduction. Like he's runnable as long as we've got an Omega on each rotation. Like we could do it. So yeah, man, I don't know. I'm thinking that we're gonna end this probably with either Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta or Baby. I would prefer Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, just because my focus is buffing these 4 Global Dokkan Celebration teams, and I just feel like Omega's team is stronger than Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's team right now. It is. So I would much rather get a buff for Gogeta's team since I feel like that team needs it more. But we need the Baby Dokkanfest bad. So, like, I'm totally down with Baby. So, let me know what you guys think. Thanks, guys, for watching. I'll catch y'all next time.